Hello, everyone, and welcome to Snap Take. This is Glazer of Snap Judgments, the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone. We've got 5 new decks for you today, including the number 1 deck. That's 5 full deck guides. We're also doing a giveaway of a season pass later this video. All you have to do for that is sub and comment. I'll tell you exactly what to comment later in the video. It is post midnight per recording this, so let us get started with asking you to hit that sub button, like, and comment. Please help us out. It really does help us grow when you do these things for us. And we offer you more new decks than anyone, 7 days a week of videos, the biggest giveaways. Please, if you're willing to, we'd really appreciate the extra support. Our first deck is the Crazy Thanos deck. You might not know who FAK Crazy is, but Crazy was the number 1 player on the Infinite Leaderboard in both March and April, playing largely Thanos decks. Crazy says, and look, Crazy's the best Thanos player in the world right now. Crazy says that Thanos is back with the advent of Phastos in the deck. I haven't had time to test this. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, at the very end, I went over all the bullshit I had to do today. Today was amazingly intense, but I am finally settled in and able to do this video. I have no reason to doubt Crazy. If Crazy says Thanos is back, do I think it's going to be meta the best deck? No, but if Crazy says this is the way to play Thanos, he's all but certainly right at this point. You can find Crazy streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/crazymsnap. Please check him out. He's phenomenal. The cards that are replaceable here are Jeff, Mobius, Red Guardian, and Phastos. I think you can replace Phastos, but I could be wrong. You can definitely replace Jeff, Mobius, and Red Guardian. Replacements include Cull, Nico, Crossbones, Red Hulk, Nocturne, Rogue, Blink, Armor, Gladiator, Juggernaut, Luke Cage, Mirage, Okoye, Quake, Shadow King, and White Widow. Any of those cards are perfectly fine replacements. Don't hesitate to change for them. It honestly doesn't super matter which change to your comfort level. Alright, so turn 1, you want to play a Draw Rock. Turn 2, you play Mind Stone if you have it, and that's a snap. Then you play another Draw Rock, and that's over Jeff. Turn 3, it depends on your hand. You're going to Phastos or Hope if you can, possibly. Sometimes Mobius is a really good play, especially if they already played Mysterio. Getting out Mobius, especially if you have some cheaper stuff elsewhere at that location. Elsewhere at that location. At that location to protect you from a Guardian is extremely powerful. Turn 4, you would like a card on Hope, or if possible, to drop Mockingbird. If you played any stones, Mockingbird is now playable and extremely powerful. Turn 5 is, generally speaking, Thanos or Vision. Time Stone is a really nice, cheap way to get Thanos out. Sometimes you can even play Thanos in a stone if you did the Hope playline. Vision is also an absolutely excellent play here, and that's just your on-curve play. Sometimes, because you have an extra Hope energy, or you've got Phastos helping you out, Blob and Magneto are active, and they're pretty damn good early too. And then turn 6 is either Shang-Chi or turn 5, and then you should probably win the game. If your curve doesn't betray you, you basically win with Thanos right now, right? And Phastos gives you extra ways to do that, because if you Phastos a stone down in cost, having that free stone to play with your other stuff is just extraordinarily powerful. And that's how you win with Thanos deck. This is Crazy's Thanos deck again. And again, Crazy is one of the very best players in the world. Number 1 on the Infinite Leaderboard 2 months in a row. And then the Infinite Leaderboard is, as always, buggy and didn't show him the second month, and he stopped grinding for that very top spot thereafter. However, he's still one of the very best, and again, is the best Thanos player. So if you're going to try a Thanos deck, this is the list. Hey, if you're interested in Marvel Snap tournaments, Snap Judgment League Season 3 kicks off. We've got over $500 in prizes. It kicks off in about a week, July 8th, week and a half. So make sure you sign up. The link for all that stuff is in the description of this video, so please check it out. We have a new number 1 deck. Zunz was number 1 with Sarah forever. I literally asked Zunz. I saw Zunz starting to climb a little bit a couple days ago. I was like, what are you doing? He was like, still Sarah. And then he changed to this Zoo deck, which really took off with the hot location. But so our friend FaThorNewman played this to the top, like plus 2,000 ranks. And Zunz, every game is not the hot location. This deck feels incredibly strong. Alioth is now, again, a 6'10". It takes Snapzone a little while for the cache to update with the new stats. But a 6'10" Alioth is really great. This list just puts out a ton of power. If you are seeing a lot of Surfer, and I'm seeing a shit ton of Surfer, like 1 out of every 3 games is Surfer, then Alioth is absolutely backbreaking for Surfer if you can predict where they're going to play either their Killmonger or where they're going to play their Surfer. All right, you can find Zuns at twitter.com/Zun0122. Zuns was the #1 player, sorta, kinda, in December. It's complicated. The thing bugged. It might have actually been Sizer. They basically decided to call it a tie. Good enough. Zuns is one of the best players in the world. He's all of like 15, 16 years old. It's completely absurd. Alioth can be Gilgamesh. So this is a hot location complicating things. Zun says it would be Gilgamesh over Alioth if it would be Gilgamesh over Alioth if not for the hot location that was yesterday. So I think that there's a reasonable chance that we can fit both and cut a card like Nocturne or Kara here, because Alioth ends up protecting a lot of the same things Kara does anyway. And I think that might offer some extra power to the list. I'm not sure. I'm going to test that out, and I will get back to you relatively soon. Nebula can just be Nightcrawler here. Jeff or Nocturne could also be Nightcrawler, Red Guardian, Cable, Shadow King, or Juggernaut. Juggernaut's in a really powerful spot right now. You're probably seeing a lot of decks. If I didn't have Kara, I'd probably play Armor, or again, I would just go back and run Alioth and Gilgamesh together. And Mockingbird is probably the most important and arguably the best card in Marvel Snap, and you need it for the deck. Alright, so this is again the #1 deck in Marvel Snap right now. Zuns has broken 10,000, the barrier again. Our friend and yours, Butt, is in #2. And of course, Yo Woody MJ is in #3. But remember, One Snap just was released Season 2 just a week ago. So turn 1, Nebula is over Ant-Man, which is more or less equal to Squirrel Girl. I prefer to drop Ant-Man, but there's no guarantees here. Turn 2, Nebula and another one are better than Dazzler, which is better than Jeff. This is the last time I'm really looking to play Nebula proactively. So I would rather play Nebula and Ant-Man or Squirrel Girl than dropping Dazzler or Jeff. But if I had Dazzler, I'd probably just forego Nebula. Turn 3 depends on the opponent, but in a neutral game, you're going to drop Shauna. I personally, it's not here. I really, really hate not having Mobius in this list, but what are you going to do? It's all just different tech at this point. We get the idea, right? Turn 4, Khazar or 3+1. Nice Nocturne and Ant-Man is fine here. Turn 5 is Blue Marvel or Khazar +1. And turn 6 is either Alioth or Gilgamesh. If you have both, pick one. If not, you play whichever one you happen to have. So, Alioth is bad, obviously. If you have priority, play other things if possible. Where do you play Mockingbird? Your goal is to, if you play Shauna, your Mockingbird is already a 2-cost card, right? And then if you play Squirrel Girl, it's a free card. So, yeah, you try and play Mockingbird for free. This is the easiest deck to do that with. A 0-9 is pretty good. But if not, you just sort of fit into curve on turn, usually 3, 4, or 5. Cool. All right, one last look at this. This is the top zoo list in the game right now. This is the #1 ranked deck in Marvel Snap. Can hold on to that now that the hot location is gone. We will let you know on Sunday, because tomorrow we have a podcast episode. If you're interested in gameplay for all 5 of the decks we're going to cover today, you should check out the stream team. As of this morning, our friend FaThorNewman should have a video with yesterday's decks. He had a lot of success with, again, this zoo, which he played yesterday. And tonight at 9, the Pirate King himself, Tuccrr, will be playing these decks, and he'll have a video on his YouTube with these on Saturday morning, which you can watch right before you go check out FaThorNewman streaming Saturday morning. And then don't forget, our new friend, King of Canada, is joining up on Sunday, and we'll stream at 12 p.m. Eastern. All right. McDonaldinho has a clog list. This list is really, really, really strong. This is the best Stegron list I think that has ever existed in Marvel Snap. That is my claim. What I'm asking you to win a season pass, yeah, it's season pass winning time. What I'm asking you to win a season pass is, what is the bad card you think you might know the best deck for? And then I might ask you to share it. But what is the bad card? The card that like has not been meta in Marvel Snap that you think that can be really, really good. Maybe you don't have the best deck. Maybe you just think it's really powerful and it's underrated and underplayed. Tell me what card you think that is and why, and you are entered to win a season pass, and we'll give that away in Sunday's video. All right, so this list is like just pure ass clog. I sold JD on the Titania bullshit. I'm telling you, Titania, White Widow, Green Goblin is going to be a frickin' thing. Everyone thinks I'm crazy, but I think it's going to be a thing. JD went even more all in on it, throwing Debris and Stegron in and Doc Ock and Cannonball and all this stuff. I think this deck is insanely good. So you can find JD at twitch.tv/JDMcDonaldinho. If we can ever get our friend to stream again, please stream, friend. Nebula can be Iceman or Nico. Jeff can be Nocturne, but that probably doesn't help. That's just another more expensive card that free people have. You can try Nightcrawler there. Red Hulk can be Magneto, not as good, but still playable. Cannonball and Widow are needed. Widow is Clog, Cannonball is Clog winning. And you probably need Sage, but you can try Wolfsbane in that spot without, like, breaking anything. This has gone 70 and 30. Yes, that is 100 games in the top 1,000. So turn 1 is actually not Nebula blind, right? It's usually Nebula left. And if that's not clear, you're playing Nebula mid, you're clogging, so you don't have to worry about Nebula. You want to keep Nebula safe. Nebula gets big because you're clogging so quickly. Turn 2 is Widow or Jeff. Turn 3, Debris over to Tanya and Widow. Depending on if they have a spot that already has 2 cards, over Magic. Magic is just fine. Just drop Magic as you can. Turn 4, Titania and Goblin is great, but sometimes Staggeron just clogs without the extra effort. So feel free. Sorry. It's extremely late at night. So feel free to Staggeron up that to clog a lane. Turn 5 is Clog shit, or just drop Doc Ock. Magic into 2 is totally fine here. Magic and Widow, Magic and Jeff. Turn 6, Doc Ock or further Clog. You can also Magic on 4 too, but I tend to want to do other things on turn 4. Turn 5, Doc Ock or further Clog. This is another good slot for your Staggeron. Staggeron and White Widow is really powerful on turn 6. That you do that if you have a turn 7. If you only have 6 turns, Red Hulk or Cannonball are fine. And then turn 7, Red Hulk and Cannonball plus, and then you win. This list is again incredibly strong. 70% win rate, 100 games, top 1,000 is top-notch stats. Really, really cool. The best Staggeron list ever. And if you are interested in winning a season pass, if you already have the season pass, you can win a gold pass. If you are already interested in winning a season pass, tell me the card that most people think is bad that you think is actually quite good. Do me a favor, don't just say Staggeron again. Cool? All right. If you're interested in competitive Marvel Snaps, the Snap Masters Tournament Open qualifications are this Sunday, June 30th at 5 p.m. UTC +3. This will get you into the group stage of the tournament, which will lead to the finals for $350 in prizes. Yes, we are sponsoring this tournament. We sponsor basically all Marvel Snap tournaments at this point, or like, most of them. The people already involved in the tournament are the great Sizer, our friend and yours, Spyro, one of the best players and streamers in the world, 2 members of Team FAK, Andre Var and I Lost Son. These are 2 Marvel Snap members of Team FAK. FAK Gakublevich, the 3rd FAK member, has made the team. We've got Streamer Johnson, the great Johnson, who always plays really cool stuff. Tori-kun, who won the most expensive Marvel Snap tournament ever. Desmond, one of the most influential players you don't know. Lambie Series, the GOAT. W, the deck building GOAT. Brada, who's won multiple tournaments, dominated when Snap Fan Opens were a thing. Husky Puppies, who is a phenomenal player, basically invented new versions of Hela and is constantly near the top of the leaderboard. The great Avazord, who is on our podcast, which will release tomorrow morning. He's one of the best players in the world. He's been #1 multiple times. Brilliant player. We also have 2 more players who qualified, SV Roy and Sid Kazuma, which are 2 different Marvel Snap teams. The last 3 spots are up for grabs this Sunday. Find more about that in the description to this video. All right, next up we have a move deck. I think Hercules move is completely freaking insane. Hercules as a 3 is a thing they will regret, if not now, by September. If you're interested in the September data mines, please check out yesterday's video where I go over literally every freaking card from September. Please check it out. Those cards are going to break with Hercules. Straight up, 2 of those cards are completely insane, overpowered, great with Hercules, and Dagger, Human Torch, or Vulture. Cool. For now, we have this Linsanity move list. Linsanity is a great player, a member of the Lambie Fam, who was playing this list when Hercules first came out. Hercules at 3 makes this list exponentially better. It makes the bounce better. It gives you more turns to do the thing. It lets you even drop like a Hercules on turn 5, and then like with a Doctor Strange or a Cloak, which just goes off. This is silly strong. Again, Linsanity is a member of the Lambie Fan. JD McDonald, our friend, sent me this. Thank you, JD. Turn 2, Grandmaster can be Nico, Armor, Kyara. Tribunal can, I guess, be Heimdall. That is so much worse, though. You really want Tribunal for this list, and Tribunal is now, thankfully, a Series 4 card. All right, so turn 1 pass unless you have Hulkbuster or Bounce already. I don't like just cold dropping Human Torch here, or just cold dropping Iron Fist, unless I know I have a thing to do with them. You can drop Torch if you have Hulkbuster or the Bounce already in hand, though. So turn 2 is the same, but for Dagger. Turn 3, you can Hercules, or you can play your movers. We're talking our Doctor Stranges, our Cloaks, are as necessary, Hard into Iron Fist or Ghost Spider. So turn 5, you can bounce those cards off Hercules if you dropped Hercules, or you can just bounce them if you've already moved them to replay the next turn. And then what you're looking to do is sort of replay the cheap ones with that Hercules, with that Cloak Doctor Strange stuff. You could even Cloak or Doctor Strange with Grandmaster, and if one of those goes into Hercules, you're going to get like 2 or 3 moves out of that. 1, 2, 3, 3 moves out of that, which is just crazy, crazy power. And then turn 6, as they expect you to move and hopefully Shang into the wrong spot, you drop Tribunal and get all the cubes. That's the list. This list great. Try this list. Cool. I don't know how else to play it. Say it. I fully plan to, once I'm awake and de-stress from work a little bit, spend much of the rest of the season trying to learn Move, because I do think Move is going to be meta and is worth learning. All right, we got weekend mission decks. We already did a Gilgamesh deck. You were there earlier, right? We all watched that. We've got 3 Makari decks with a full guide for 1 at the end, and 1 deck with both. Just so you know, the full guide one is an Ika deck. Get ready. You know we miss Ika since his move to Canada. He's been a little less active, but he's still one of the goats of deck building. So first, let's do a weekend review of Phastos. Phastos is, for anyone who has not seen, a 3/3 Series 5 6,000 tokens. On reveal, give each card in your deck -1 cost or +2 power. And I'm going to say this straight up, as bluntly as I can. I was wrong. I think Phastos is bad. Maybe I'll be wrong again, but all the top players I've talked to, and all of my own experience, suggest that this is a bad card. If this is suddenly a 2/3 or a 2/2 or a 2/1, this is an overpowered card that goes in every deck. Are they going to do that? I don't know. You don't know. I doubt they know. But as a 3/3, this does not have the time to be good. I think this is, generally speaking, not even just a mediocre card, a mostly bad card. There's just 3 is too important, and there's too many important things to do. If you're playing him in a Thena deck, sometimes you need to play like a Thena and a Kitty on that turn. If sometimes you need to drop a Mobius. Sometimes you need to drop a Red Guardian. There's too many important things to do on turn 3. If you're playing Surfer, you would much rather go Brood Absorbing Man, right? Sometimes you need to get down Nocturne because there's that location that's going to beat you. All of these different things mean Phastos is really, 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 really clunky and awkward to use. I think I was wrong. I reserve the right to change my mind. I'm not operating just on my opinion. I'm operating on data, experience, the best information I can from as many top experts in the field as I can. But right now, as of this weekend, I think Phastos is a skip. Our first deck, we're not doing a full coverage of this. This is Speedy Snap's Phastos Bounce. I tried this list. I thought it was fun. I thought it didn't put out enough power to compete with where the meta is right now, unless Iceman hit or you got super, super lucky. But it is a very fun list, and Phastos is quite entertaining in it. Is Phastos better than Bishop in this list? No. Cool. Just straight up, I don't think it's better than Bishop. You have to get extraordinarily lucky for Phastos to be better than Bishop. I think the only place that Phastos is like a clear, I should run this card, is Thanos. You can run it in Surfer, you can run it in Bounce, but I'm not sure that's right. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not. Whereas in Thanos, it's definitely right, because you already have awkward and clunky things. You're just trying to find anything that will smooth that awkwardness out, and Phastos can do that. Plus, Thanos draws cards, so it gives you more potential Phastos upside. All right, next up, this is the Gilgamesh plus Phastos deck. This is just the Zoo deck that runs both of them. Please note how similar this was to the earlier Zoo deck that we talked about. It's like 3 cards off. Straight up, I don't think Phastos makes this significantly better. It's fine for Gilgamesh. The extra cheapness is fine. But again, am I playing it over Shauna? Am I playing it over Kyara? Because that doesn't seem right. It seems like I'm screwing up my curve to drop this card fairly often. However, this is the highest win rate Phastos deck that I saw. When I checked, I pulled this a few hours ago, so it's possible it changed. We had to record the podcast. You know what? I'll do the life thing again at the end of the video. But we had to record the podcast, and so it was just a long day, so I didn't re-pull the stats. But this had a very high win rate earlier in the day, so maybe I'm wrong, and this is another Phastos home. I'll get back to you on that, but my guess is no. Next up, this is the one we have the full guide for. This is Ika's Pocket Sand. And this is really cool. I like Phastos a lot in pockets in Sandman decks because Sandman decks really just want an extra couple power on each card. That -1 is fine, right? You're not going to turn down a Doom on 5 or a Blink on 4, right? But what you're really largely looking to do, or like you can drop Sand. I guess you're probably not going to get 2 -1s, right? So you're not Sandmaning and White Widowing. I don't know. Whatever. Again, Phastos is awkward, man. But I like the idea of having 2 extra power on these cards. It gives you a great chance of winning games of Snap. So you can find Ika at twitch.tv/Ika_MTS. Ika is a brilliant deck builder who has broken the meta multiple times, even if you don't know it. Phastos can be Makari. It's better as Makari. Mobius or Gladiator for this list. Nebula can be Nightcrawler. White Widow can be Spider-Hammer Medusa. I think Jeff might be needed. Probably less needed than usual for this. I also like the idea, of Quake here in this list. Red Guardian is probably just Rogue. Cool. Alright, so Ika remains a genius. Played this in the top 200. Turn 1, Nebula. Turn 2, Mordo over White Widow. I really like Mordo in this list. They get the card back on the last turn when you've played Sandman, which makes it fairly useless. Mordo is very underrated. I was looking through Untapped stats earlier, and Mordo has one of the highest win rates in the game. I told you Mordo was going to be good, and everyone's still sleeping on it. I think Mordo's just really good. I'm looking to Mordo Mobius, I think. I'm going to start messing with that some more, too. Gotta focus. Got that and bounce. It's summer. I should have time after freaking today. Alright, so turn 3, Phastos over Red Guardian. Turn 4, Jubilee over some earlier plays. Turn 5, Blink versus Sandman. Is Sandman going to win the game? Play Sandman. If not, Blink away your Jubilee or Phastos or Red Guardian, or whatever, to try and get something else. Sometimes that something else will be, hey, Sandman. Make sure you're not playing these in the right lane in case you get Claw, so you're not wasting Claw. Turn 6 is Doom Magneto. Sometimes after Sandman, Jeff and Blink or Claw can work, which means Phastos gave Blink, Claw, or Jeff a -1, which is a pretty damn powerful end of the game. Cool. Great deck. Is Phastos needed? No, he's just an extra bump to it. He's good in the deck, but like this deck isn't meta. It's just a good deck, and you don't actually need Phastos for it. Cool. All right, that is it for the decks. What do we got? Questions of the day. All right, questions of the day. Spin Cut asks if Phastos Arishem will be a thing. I don't think so. You want to draw Phastos on turn 4, even in Arishem decks, right? And that makes it a lot less likely because there's 18 cards in those damn decks. Cool. Rafael Sosa wants to know what cards should have been nerfed or buffed. Funny you should ask. That is literally the topic of the Snap Judgments podcast. We had the Pirate King himself, Tuccrr, and the great Avazord on the podcast with myself and Roy, and we went over 10 cards, well, more like 12, but we started with 10 cards that we think should either be buffed or nerfed. So if you're curious for that, please check out tomorrow's podcast. It will be right here on this channel. Joseph Wafer, New York, asked my Doctor Who thoughts. So this isn't a thing that I'm coming to terms with. So far, I've loved the current season. I didn't like the Whittaker. I didn't like the Capaldi very much. The Capaldi was hit or miss, but I really didn't enjoy it. I didn't like them. What I'm learning is I don't know if I care who's Doctor as much as I care what the plots are, because I think Matt Smith, who I did not especially enjoy as an actor or Doctor, was a phenomenal. Like, I love those episodes. They're some of my favorites, but I don't especially like him, so I don't think it matters as much to me as it does to many who the Doctor is. My favorite is still Tennant. I love both the writing of the episodes and the character, but and I didn't like the dude before Tennant who was there for one season, Eccleston. So that's my basic Doctor Who thoughts. I tend to like Doctor Who stories where he's sort of in the periphery. It's my same basic thought as Batman stories. I like stories where they're in the periphery, where they're like a force of nature, reacting to things rather than the ones where they're the focus. But hey, I'm fine with both. All right, Agent Smith wants to know why Absman can't copy Rogue, because once Rogue has copied an ongoing ability, she no longer has her ability. She has copied the text, which has overwritten her text of that ongoing card. So now she's an ongoing card. You can mystique her. You cannot absorb her. A few people asked prom questions. I was at prom a couple days ago. Tonight was graduation, and again, after the shout-outs, I will do my, what the hell is happening with my life, because people seem to like that. Also, I recognize someone asked me why I became a teacher, and I will answer that within the next couple days. It's late at night. All right, so Bishkona asks what prom was like during COVID. Okay, so the first year, 2020, prom was canceled, the world was closed, nothing happened. Then next year we had like this outdoor weird prom where basically in the courtyard behind the building we had food trucks, and it was cute, but it was very, very sad. So it was an outdoor prom. COVID teaching was, I don't want to say the worst thing, but like it was genuinely heartbreaking, devastating, and nearly impossible at all times. Uh, Prince of Angels asks why we have prom so late, and because we're pretty sure. I don't think this is an urban myth because this is what everyone has told me forever. It's so the kid we do it the day before graduation, supposedly, so the kids won't drink too much at prom and will be safe for graduation. It does not work. Um, the yesterday was my last day of school, but I was back in the building today. Today being Thursday, as of recording Friday. I guess technically it's Friday, so yesterday, doing planning all freaking day, and then I'm back in the building Monday for interviewing for assistant principal positions to help out as a union person, Monday and Tuesday, and then I don't know when the ninth is anymore, but I've got to go into the ninth to do some work with the current assistant principals, and then I have to go on another Monday to do some more planning. So it's summer, but yeah, teachers are off in the summer, friends. All right, Mojo the Clown asks asks about me dancing at prom, and no, what? No, we go to the cocktail hour before prom. We take pictures with the kids. We say it's really cute, and then we go out ourselves. We don't go out like get hammered or anything, but we go out and have some pizza and have a beer or two, and just like debrief and unwind. So yeah, we do the happy hour, the pictures. I have a very, very adorable picture with a bunch of different kids, and it's very fun. Uh, it's fundamentally the same thing as graduation. Again, that story is for later. Cool. Hopefully you enjoyed the questions of the day. Certain tiers of support on our Patreon come with on-air thanks. Hopefully you are interested in supporting the channel. We bring you, if you support at the $1 tier, you're paying 3 cents a video if you watch every day. It's absurdly good rate. If you would like to support more, we greatly appreciate it. The $10 tier comes with exclusive videos and on-air thanks every day. My loves, we're flying. Abigail Geeslin, Manager Burnout Cables, Irregardless, David G. Wingfield, Direwolf, LAB, FaThorNewman, Good Dog Gamer, This Is the Way, Inc., I Am Frostman, Jane Every, Doomer, Primed Ryan, Caretix Lee, Koire, Pyro Frost, The Goat Seeker, Deadman Falcon, Quid Pro Joe, Doc D, Fat Nick, Doku, Ginger Prime, Philip Rakovich, Hey Recco, Haplo, Kenny Logan, The Dane Zone, Rob Silverman, The Bizza, X Force V, Skip BG, Tommy Nyquist, 2 1 Snap Judgments League, Season 1 gets that announced every day, no matter what. King of Bros, Black Dahlia, The Great Kazoo, Jessica Gamble, Ryan Wood, Kev C. Hoda, Ludacris, Archangel 3K, Louis Antonis, Mod Supreme Models, Darth Tater, Remy Setala, Brian Kaufman, Tristan H. Martin, Jason B., The Fuzzy Dunlop, Spectrum X, Hoot, Matt H., DJ, Mikey Hijinks, No Frickin' Flex, Ocularis, Craig Terry, Seamus, Spike Jones, Two Ties, The Pirate King Tuccrr, The Homie Man, and of course Gunny T, where the T stands for, yes, we did the giveaway in the middle of the video. I hope you watched it, I hope you caught it, and I hope you managed to win. If I could buy all of you season passes, believe me, I would. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you. For those of you who want the life update, so today I woke up an hour earlier than normal to drive my son to my dad's house. So I drove him to his house, then I went back to the middle school to do work prep. Then I went to the high school to do work all day. We did work all day, grabbed lunch, ran home, felt horribly sick, almost threw up. Put together the slideshow barely for the podcast. It fucking came out great, for the record. It's Ava and Tuccrr, and it was just, it hit. Sometimes it hits. It very much hit. So we set up the podcast, immediately went back to the Bronx to pick up my son, drove to my mother's house, immediately went to prom, tried to help with prom, did prom, took a million pictures, hugs, tears, the whole deal. The weird emotional thing of prom is, one, it absolutely feels like goodbye. It's like sad goodbye with the seniors, but it's also our prom, like all the last 5 years of seniors or so come back for prom for graduation. I'm trying to talk about graduation. And like, I'm trying to like reconnect with them and like give them the attention that they clearly want, because they want to catch up, right? But it's not their day, it's the seniors' day. So I'm like, sort of like, it's great, but I gotta run over there to say bye to that kid. And like, and it's Great. I love seeing everybody. But like prom is an emotional ass kicking. Um yeah, it's summer. I'm gonna write a Snap Zone article tomorrow. I'm gonna hopefully sleep in. I'm gonna let my son watch way too much TV for a day. And then we're back to normal. I hope you'll stay tuned. Thank you so much as always for watching. You might have noticed I'm so tired. I'm gonna post this and go to bed. I love y'all. Please note the tiredness has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with Marvel Snap. Just the emotions of the day, friends. Thank you. See you tomorrow for another Snap Take. Well, technically, for Snap Judgments, the official podcast of Snap Zone. Peace.